What up? This is Andrew Neufeld, a.k.a. Goose from Comeback Kid. You're listening to Collision on Voice FM.
Hi, Andrew. It's Kat. How are you?
I'm pretty good, pretty good.
That's good. And you're getting ready to come to Australia.
Yeah, I can't wait. It's been too long.
Well, the album Outsider, it's been out 6 months now. How's that going for you? Because you with Nuclear Blast as well for the first time.
Yeah, it's exciting to be on a new label, you know. We were with Victory for a long time, and we finished our contract with them, so we wanted to try something new. And, they've been great with us. I don't know, how it's been in Australia since I haven't been there, but cool that they have, people working for them all over the world, and really helps a band like us because we travel a lot, We're trying to play different places, kind of sometimes in the far reaches of the earth, and just to have, our records, put it, getting some exposure, and it's great that Nuclear Blast is able to work with us. And I think the last time Comeback Kid toured Australia was 15 or 16. I don't know. It's been a minute though. It's been too long. So
yeah, definitely.
We're due to come back.
Well, I did actually interview Jeremy for the release of the album.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And, well, we were hoping back then that you guys were going to make it to Australia, and now you are. You're actually coming here with Silverstein.
Yeah. We would have come one way or another. It was kind of on our list, places to go play with the new record. But, Silverstein, they asked us if we wanted to come with them. And I think it's cool, it's a good opportunity for us to play to different kinds of people. Last time we came was with Rotting Out, which is kind of one of the hardcore kind of shows with us headlining. So it's going to be cool, maybe play some different kinds of venues and play to some different people.
This is the 16th year of Comeback Kid now, and you were one of the founding members. So how's the journey been? Things seem to be going really well at the moment. Has it always been this way?
I think the band's had some ups and downs, but really, we've never had any really, really low periods. I don't feel like the band's always stayed very consistent for us. And with this new record, when we play the new songs, they go off harder than a lot of the other material in our catalog. So it seems like people are really loving the new shit. I'm glad that we were able to get a bunch of videos out, get a little more exposure with that, and probably one of our best records, and has some of the best songs we've ever written on it. So I'm glad that people are hearing it.
Yeah, it's kind of got a hardcore punk vibe to it.
That's exactly what we are.
That always goes off well in a live setting, especially in Australia.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. And I'm going to be approaching, I'm glad that it won't be summer there, because every time we're there in the summer, I'm that's a little much for me. So, Australian crowd's always pretty fun. Hopefully everyone can get wild and have a really crazy time.
Yeah. And, well, you are actually landing and starting in Perth on the 14th of May. Perth are always warm.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, so once you start moving away from Perth, you're going to cool down, don't worry.
All right. Are you in Perth?
No, I'm in Melbourne, or just outside of Melbourne.
Oh, cool. Yeah, Melbourne, but that's when it'll, okay, that's cool.
Yeah, it'll be cold.
I'm thinking maybe I'll try to come to Melbourne a couple of days early before the tour just to kick it for a while.
Yeah,
so,
Awesome. We'll have to keep an eye out for you around town.
Hell yeah.
And it is the 15th of May you're in Adelaide, and then the 16th you're at 170 Russell in Melbourne. The 18th of May you're in Sydney, the 19th you're in Newcastle, lucky them, and the 20th in Brisbane, and then you're popping over to Auckland and Wellington in New Zealand. I guess you've played New Zealand before as well?
Oh, yeah. And then we got to fly all the way to the UK to do a festival called Slam Dunk Festival. So we're continuing in different continents.
Oh, I saw that. Before you come here, you've got quite a few shows in Germany particularly, but a couple of other European countries. And
yeah, we're doing some festivals, some Empiricon festivals, and we're going to do a bunch of shows with Nautilus and Malevolence and some headline shows, so that'll be cool.
Yeah, and then after here, you are going to the UK and then back home to Canada and then you're back to Europe again. So you're booked up right through August.
When it's summertime, it's time to play shows. Get out to those, maximize on those festivals. That's the time to do it in the summer,
Yeah.
It's kind of it's a nice little thing to look forward to every year. The summer festival. It's a great time.
Yeah.
It's a different vibe than just regular tours. When you're just playing venues all the time, you're always festivals, you're always running into different people and, people that you wouldn't normally see in bands and artists that you wouldn't normally see. So it's kind of has an extra spark of excitement,
Yeah. Plus you're outdoors.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I need to carry a little fan around with me or something.
Well, can I ask, if you hadn't become a singer-guitarist, did you have a plan of what you might have done with your life?
I mean, I had a lot of ideas of what I may have done with my life. Who knows kind of the direction I would have gone in. I mean, I was pretty much starting to play out of town as soon as I finished school. I think I missed my graduation because I just went to go to Chicago to go play a show with an old band of mine. Mm-hmm. So I was kind of even straight up out of high school, I was about to play music and do that as long as I could. I mean, maybe at the time I would have thought, okay, cool, I'll do this for a few years and I'll go to school or whatever. And then now here I am, 36 years old and been able to spend my life touring, and that's taken me into a few other avenues in music as far as I do some producing as well. So and I record other bands, and I've tried to do some scoring and stuff like that. So it's not just band stuff that I'm able to do, but I've always been a musician. I grew up with all that, so that's kind of been the first choice for me.
Right. Who
knows? Maybe I'll hit and get my real estate license next or something. Who knows? I got family in that, so I wouldn't put it past. I'm not.
Well, I think that's a long way off. But you said you grew up with it, so were your parents in bands or something?
Yeah, my whole family played music in bands and stuff. I played in another band with my brother, and then my mom and my other brother have played together in their church and stuff. So and the whole family is just kind of into it in different ways.
Awesome. And can I ask, have you actually got any children yet?
I don't actually. I'm the only. I'm the only single guy around here. So. But yeah, so our guitar player Jeremy, he's the other founding member of the band. Him obviously. He has a kid.
Right. Well, if you were talking to a young relative or a friend who was starting out in a band, what would you tell them based on what you've learned?
I would just try to show them good music, really. And kids are going to like what they're going to like, and probably they're going to go down some weird path and be into stuff that I don't understand. But I would just really turn youngsters that I'm connected with onto good music and shit that I think is cool, and just to kind of focus on the songs. If you don't have any good songs, then you're not gonna do anything. No one's just play out it live as much as possible. Don't in this day and age, I'm sure it's pretty easy just to put out a band online and kind of sit with it. But live music, we need to continue that going. That needs to keep on going, because to be honest, I don't see too many high school punk hardcore bands going out and doing their thing. I never see that. Maybe I'm just missing out because I'm older and I don't know where to find that. But I remember when I was in high school, I was playing 4 bands at a time, hustling when I was 15, I like that. I like people getting into music young and being able to be out and playing all ages shows. I think that's cool. So
I think unfortunately
also kind of. Well, maybe I don't know if this is what you were going to say, but maybe one thing to do with it is, just providing spaces for shows. I know in Australia, a lot of the shows are going to be, there have to be bar shows. So I think it's harder for, just logistically for bands to be playing, for kids to be playing music because they don't really have a place to go and do that a lot of the times without alcohol being sold or something, Yeah. Is that what you were going to say?
No, I was going to say, unfortunately, a lot of them are sitting at home making music on their own and putting it online instead of getting out with other kids and jamming.
Yeah, we're getting a little more segregated. Get out in the streets.
Yeah, but music is something that actually inspires people to do that. I think there's a generation that are getting lost to the internet, but some of them are being saved for the fact that they do want to go and see these hardcore live shows and that, and really get the release that you can get at the show.
Yeah, definitely. Hopefully we don't lose that in the next 20 years, people wanting to go out. And I think people are always going to want to, interact with other people in real life and see. What I think is the future, though? I'm sure there'll be holograms, DIY hologram shows and shit like that. I don't know, maybe some stuff like that. You can see Come Back Kid in 2060 and some sort of hologram show or something.
You can do a world tour without leaving home.
Set up some multiple camera angles.
Yeah. Awesome. Obviously, you have been to Australia a few times before, so you've got a few fans here that you've probably already met over the years, and that. Is there something you want to say to your Aussie fans to get them to come out and see your shows with Silverstein?
Yeah, we are very, very excited to come back. Our shows are always I think right now Come Back In feels like one of the best places we've been in, and the band feels tight and in a really positive spot right now with the vibe in general. So yeah, we're just excited to get back, play a bunch of our new songs, and we're self-releasing a 7-inch just in time for the Australian tour, and it's actually a little bit of an homage to Australia because we covered Midnight Oil's song "Beds Are Burning."
Oh yeah.
And then we have another new song that we're going to be releasing on the 7-inch, and we're going to get it just in time for the Australian tour. We've only printed 500, and Australia is going to be the first place where we sell it, and we can only buy it off of us.
Amazing.
So we're pretty stoked to get that up. Yeah.
Yeah. Where can people find details of that? Have you actually got it for sale yet, or is it?
No. I actually just put in the artwork. So we're gonna drop the song probably in a couple of weeks. Maybe 2 or 3 weeks or 4 weeks, I don't know. And then we'll get the 7-inch out just in time for the Australian tour.
Awesome. I actually had a listen back to the interview I did with Jeremy, and he did say that Australians have to watch your website and your Facebook because you had a big announcement in regards to something special for Australia, and this is it, I guess.
Yeah, this is it.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you. Your fans in the country, thank you.
You heard it first here.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I look forward to seeing the live shows in May. I'll tell people actually they can find you at comeback-kid.com. You
That's
are
right.
Comeback Kid on Facebook, and the tickets for the Silverstein Comeback Kid May Australian New Zealand tour are through Destroy All Lines. So, yeah, go to destroyalllines.com and look up Silverstein and you'll find those tickets. And it has been awesome talking to you, and I not only look forward to these live shows, but I look forward to, the 7-inch you've got coming out. You've got new music, and especially that cover. I can't wait to hear that.
Fuck yeah, we're keeping that DIY spirit alive,
Yeah, awesome. You have a great day.
All right, have a good one.
See ya.